The broadcasting of the Moody Bible Institute in cooperation with Moody Press presents Patricia M. St. John's Treasures of the Snow. And now part 5 of Treasures of the Snow. The days after Christmas were to be some of the most important in Annette's life. Her indecision on Christmas Eve to unlock her heart's door to Jesus had caused her a sleepless night and moments of confusion and doubt. There had seemed no apparent way that her decision would be changed. Then a simple happening, the disappearance of Danny's cat Klaus, took Annette on a journey that would lead her to God. Because of Danny's upset over the loss of Klaus, Annette set out to find the cat. Crossing the little bridge, she slipped on the treacherous ice and sprained her ankle badly. She could not walk and was forced to crawl to the nearest chalet, only to find no one was home. Knowing the freezing temperature of the mountains in winter, she knew if she did not get help, she would freeze to death. She sank down on the steps and burst into frightened tears. She was panicked, and then she heard a gentle sound. One that mountain children knew well, the sound of skis running through soft snow, and then the sound of a boy's voice singing.
Someone's coming! Someone's coming! Help! Help!
A figure came into sight, swaying toward the valley as he took the curve with a thin veil of soft snow flung up around him. Suddenly, the skier stopped.
Hello there.
Help! Help! I need help!
Let me take my skis off. I'll be right there.
Oh, thank God! Thank God! I'm here by the woodsman's cabin.
I'm coming.
Oh, I'm so cold. Oh, so cold.
Can I help you? I was just... Annette!
Oh, Lucian.
What's the matter? Are you hurt?
I've hurt my foot. I can't walk. I'll freeze to death and Madame and Monsieur Bertola are not home. Please, help me.
Oh, I can't take you on the skis, Annette. You're too big to carry. But I can be home in 5 minutes, and then I'll come straight back with a big sled and a blanket.
Oh, don't leave me, Lucian.
I'll be back, Annette. Don't worry. I'll be back.
And as fast as he arrived, he was off. He would be back in 25 minutes, and in those 25 minutes, there was a good deal to make up her mind about. Quietly, she lifted her voice to God.
Lord Jesus, I'm opening the door now. I'm sorry it's been such a long time, and you had to wait so long. Please come in now. I'm sorry I've hated Lucian. Please make me love him. And if I've got to tell about that little horse, please make me brave enough. And thank you for sending Lucian to find me.
Sorry I took so long. I had to hitch up the sled.
Oh, you weren't long at all, and your coat kept me very warm.
My mother put in more blankets. You should be warm soon, and I'll have you home as fast as I can. Can you walk?
No.
Then I'll carry you. Here, put your arms around my neck. When I say 3, we'll lift together. All right?
All right.
1, 2, 3, lift. Now, sit down carefully.
Thank you.
Pull the blankets around tightly.
Thank you.
Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Good. Then we'll start.
Lucian,
Yes?
I know I don't deserve this,
Oh, don't talk like that, silly. We've got to get you home.
but I know I haven't been...
Annette, please, don't worry. I'm glad I can help you. Very glad.
We didn't even know you were gone.
Annette, how foolish.
I wanted to find Danny's cat.
If it weren't for Lucian, we might have lost you.
Lucian, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, it was nothing.
It was a great deal, and we all know it, especially Annette.
That's true, Lucian. I could have frozen to death. The Bordeaux's weren't home. I don't know if they were coming at all.
Oh, they weren't, Annette. On Christmas, they visit their family in the next village. Lucian was a godsend.
Papa,
Yes.
I couldn't find Klaus.
Never mind about Klaus, children. You, Annette, are much too old for such senseless thinking. Klaus will be back. She is grown up and independent now. She's only doing what all cats do.
But Danny was so upset.
If he knew what you had done, he would be more upset. Thank God he's sleeping.
Would you like more chocolate, Lucian?
No, thank you. I should be going home. Mother wanted to know as soon as possible how Annette was.
Tell her I'm fine.
I will. Perhaps tomorrow I can stop by and see how you're doing, Annette. With your permission, sir.
You are welcome in this house anytime, Lucian.
I've got to go now.
Lucian,
Yes?
Speak, child. Lucian has to leave.
I know I've been horrible to you.
Oh, I deserved it.
No one deserves that much hate. I was wrong.
Annette, you don't have to say anything.
I guess there isn't much to say.
You've said enough. Well, good night.
Good night, Lucian, and thank you.
Yes, thank you. 1,000 times.
Lucian, I want to say,
Yes?
thank you. Thank you very much.
Don't you think you should go up to your bed?
Couldn't I stay down here, Grandmama?
Oh, of course. Are you comfortable enough?
Yes. Is Papa asleep?
Yes. Do you need anything?
No.
How are you feeling?
All right, I guess.
Oh, and that tonight when Lucian was here, you wanted to say something to him. I mean, other than thank you.
That's true.
What was it?
Grandmama, something else happened tonight. I opened my heart's door to Jesus.
Oh, Annette, how wonderful. When?
When I was hurt, in the snow. It's so difficult to tell the whole story.
We don't have to talk now. It's enough to know you have made your peace with God.
No, I want to talk. So many things have happened, and I want somebody to know.
Shall I warm some tea?
No, just stay here.
All right. I'll sit right here, and you can tell me everything.
I don't know where to begin.
Begin wherever you want.
Christmas Eve,
Christmas Eve it is, then.
when the pastor was talking,
Yes.
and he said many of us had no room for Jesus, that Jesus was knocking at our heart's door and we weren't answering. And then he said we could open the door that very night. I wanted to. I really did.
I know that, but something kept you from it.
Yes, my hatred for Lucian. I saw him in the church with his mother and sister, and I knew that if I let Jesus in, I would have to let the hate out.
Just as we had talked about.
Yes, that evening.
And then you had a horrible dream.
Yes, it was about a house with no lights on. I was standing there and I saw this man walk up to the house, knock on the door, and then call my name. I didn't answer and no one opened the door. After he left, I went up to the house and my name was written on the door.
Poor child. No wonder you didn't want to tell me.
It scared me so. I wanted to, but I was so ashamed.
Well, there is no reason to be ashamed around those who love you.
But I knew I was wrong.
In God's time, things come together. You've seen that just tonight. Now tell me, why tonight? What made you call out to Jesus tonight rather than yesterday?
It was when I hurt my ankle. I knew the woodsman's house was not far away, and that if I crawled there, I would get help. When I got there, no one was home. I knocked, I pounded, I even shook the bolt on the latch. I didn't want to believe no one was home, but they weren't. And then I knew for the first time what it felt like to knock at a closed door and get no answer. I knew the Lord Jesus had been knocking at my heart's door for a long time. And And then a strange thought crossed my mind. Suppose Monsieur and Madame Bordeaux were sitting inside all the time. Just suppose they heard my knock and had looked at each other and said, "Somebody's knocking, but we won't let them in just now. We'll pretend not to hear. We won't take any notice." I would have been so angry and hurt. But that's what I've been doing with Jesus all this time, Grandmama.
Yes.
But he doesn't hate me. He loves me. He just keeps quietly knocking.
That's true. Hand me the Bible, Annette.
Here, Grandmama.
Now, let me see. Here it is. Revelation chapter 3, verse 20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me.
And that's what the pastor was saying Christmas Eve.
Yes,
I will memorize that verse, Grandmama. I will make it mine.
it is yours now. The moment you opened your heart's door to Jesus, it became yours.
Now so many things are changing.
Yes, but it won't be easy, Annette. You still have much to rethink.
I know. I have to talk with Lucian.
Yes,
I have to tell him how sorry I am and...
yes.
Oh, Grandmama, it's so hard to be brave.
Not when you ask God for the strength.
It's not just telling Lucian I'm sorry. There are other things.
I know.
You do?
I've supposed.
You mean about the animals Papa found in the woodpile?
Yes.
It's true. Lucian gave them to Danny. He made them.
Made them? Oh, such fine workmanship.
Oh, Grandmama, I am so ashamed.
What, child? What?
I have been so wicked.
God forgives us our wickedness when we are his children. All you do is ask.
I know, but I must also make it up to Lucian.
True. Just tell Danny Lucian made the animals. I think that will clear the matter up.
But there's more than that, Grandmama.
Oh?
Lucian made a horse for the contest. It was beautiful. Better than anything Pierre could make. It was at his house. I saw it and broke it.
Annette.
I know it was wrong, but I hated him so.
And now?
Now everything's changed.
Oh, that happens when God enters a life. Jesus makes you a new creature in him.
But it won't be easy to tell him, and...
Tell everyone.
Yes.
God will open the way for you. You'll find it isn't as difficult as you might imagine. Oh, it's late, child. And we have a great deal to do in the morning. Why don't you say your prayers and go to sleep? I'm sure your dreams will be better.
Yes, Grandmama. Grandmama,
Yes, child.
will you pray for me?
I always do, child. And my prayers have been answered. Good night.
Annette lay there by the fire, quietly talking with her Lord. She knew tomorrow amends must be made, and she would do it. With a happy heart, she fell swiftly to sleep, glad to be home and glad to be a child of Jesus. The next few weeks and months would be more than she could ever hope for, not only for herself, but for Danny, and strangely enough, for Lucian and the old man. Bright. It had snowed late in the night, and the drifts were deep and white. The sun glistened on the new fallen snow. Everything was perfect. Annette awoke smiling. She had slept like a little newborn infant, and grandmother's cold water bandages were so successful that when Annette awoke the next morning, the pain and swelling were almost gone. Grandmother had made a wonderful breakfast, and as everyone was enjoying the good taste, a sound was heard at the door.
It's Klaus! It's Klaus!
I'll open the door.
I said she would come back, and she did. See, God does answer prayers.
Oh, well, good morning, Klaus. Well, now we know.
Klaus, come here. Oh, what does she have in her mouth?
It looks like a kitten to me.
It is a kitten.
That explains her disappearance.
She had a kitten.
I would imagine she had kittens.
Klaus! Oh, Klaus, where are you going?
My guess is she's putting her kittens in safekeeping.
Oh, not in this house. She can march right out to the barn.
Oh, Grandmama, please let her stay.
Cats belong in the barn.
Well, Klaus always stays here.
No.
Why don't we wait until we see how many kittens she has and make the move then?
You mean she has more?
Hans, close the door. You give us all pneumonia.
Sorry, Mother.
But Klaus will want to go out again.
Then we will open it for her.
I wonder how many kittens she has.
I hope it's not too many.
It was quite a sight. Klaus marched into the room with her tail held proudly erect, and in her mouth a perfectly new blind baby kitten. She took no notice of any of them, but walked straight across the room and up the stairs. She deposited her newborn on Danny's bed, intending to be their new home. Grandmother had other plans, however. Swiftly, amidst the protests of Danny, she had Monsieur Bernet fill a basket with blankets, and waiting for Klaus to carry in all the kittens, numbering 3, Hans placed them in the basket, and with Klaus close behind, carried them to the barn. Annette and Danny followed with bread, cheese, milk, and blankets to spend the afternoon with the new mother.
Oh, they're so cute. What will we name them? We should wait. I can't tell the difference between them. They look like rats. Klaus won't like you saying that. Oh, she doesn't know. Oh, I'm sorry, Klaus. They're all squiggly. Their eyes are closed. All newborns have their eyes closed. Did I? Yes. When did I open them? Soon after. But you really didn't start seeing until you were almost 2 months. Was I sick? No. Babies don't see the minute they're born. You didn't see either? No. It's a good thing we have people who take care of us when we're born. Yes, it is. Klaus is a good mother. Yes, she is. I just wish she had told us what she was doing. Now, how was she supposed to do that? I don't know. I'm just glad she's back. Yes, but if she had told us, you wouldn't have gone out in the dark and got hurt. What happened to me was very important, Danny. You could have gotten frozen. I know. Grandmama said you looked just awful when you came in. I know. So how can you say what happened was important? Because last night, I let Jesus come into my heart. Remember, Danny, when you asked me what I was going to give Jesus for a Christmas present? Yes. You had said that Grandmama had told you to give yourself to Jesus as a present and be obedient and serve others. Yes. When you told me that, well, I didn't know what to say to you. And then you asked me what I was going to give Jesus. And you said it was your secret. I said that because I had nothing to give Jesus. Nothing? I did, myself, but I didn't want to. I knew if I gave myself to Jesus, I would have to stop hating Lucian. And you didn't want to do that? No. I've forgiven Lucian. I know, but I couldn't. Then last night, well, something happened to me, and I just asked Jesus to take my life. And you don't hate Lucian anymore? No. Good.
Annette? Danny, Lucian is up at the house.
Oh, he's here? Maybe he'd like to see the kittens.
Later. Grandmama wants to have a talk with all of you.
What does that mean? We'll soon find out. Yes, Lucian brought them to me and I threw them in the woodpile. That's why Papa found them there.
Oh, Annette, that was awful.
I know, Danny, and I'm sorry.
I brought them to say how sorry I was about what happened. I know it doesn't make up for everything, but...
Now, Lucian, you did a terrible thing, but you did not mean to do it altogether, and you have suffered for it.
I did a terrible thing, too.
Throwing my animals in a woodpile? That's not so terrible.
I broke your horse. The one that was to be for the contest.
Oh,
What horse?
it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. I did it because I hated you.
Do you still hate me?
No.
That's because she opened her door to Jesus.
What?
Remember on Christmas Eve what Pastor said?
Oh, yes.
I wanted to let Jesus in that night, but I saw you, and I knew Jesus would not want me with so much hate in my heart. Then Grandmama said he wanted me just as I was. And then I knew I didn't want to, because if I gave my heart to Jesus, he would take away my hate for you. I didn't want that. How foolish I was.
No, you weren't. I did a horrible thing. I can always make another horse. I'm making one right now, but I can't make Danny new legs.
God will heal my leg someday.
We don't know that, Danny.
I do.
But Danny...
Annette, Danny has faith.
Of course.
I wish I had faith.
But you can. You can just as I did.
I guess I just don't really understand it.
There's nothing to understand.
Perhaps. Well, I have to go. I promised my mother I would be home before sunset.
Thank you for coming. It was nice to see you.
It was nice to see you.
The kittens. You haven't seen the kittens, Lucian.
What kittens?
Oh, Klaus said kittens. That's why she went away.
How many?
3, and they're beautiful.
Oh, I would like to see them.
I'm sure Danny would like to show them to you. Why don't you take a look at them? I'll make some hot chocolate. You can have some and then be on your way.
I'd like that.
Follow me.
Beautiful to watch you reading the scripture, Annette.
Oh, hello, Papa.
I won't disturb you.
Oh, no, I was finished.
How is your ankle?
Fine, thank you.
Where's Danny?
He's with Lucian. They're playing.
That's wonderful.
Wonderful but strange.
Strange things happen when God works in people's lives.
I know. I told Lucian that I broke his horse, but it doesn't seem to be enough.
What do you mean?
I made him lose the contest. I can't change that.
Perhaps you can.
How?
Did you ever consider telling Schoolmaster Hassel what happened?
Oh, Papa, I don't think I could.
Why not?
I just haven't thought about it.
Well, you could start thinking about it now.
I just don't know if I could be that brave.
Annette, turn to 1 John chapter 4, verses 18 and 19.
All right. Here it is.
I'll read it.
There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. We love him because he first loved us.
What do you think that means?
That when we have the love of Christ, we're not afraid to do anything.
That's right. It also means that when Jesus brings perfect love into our hearts, it drives out fear. You see, if we really believe that he loves us perfectly, there's nothing to be afraid of. You never have to be afraid to tell the truth, because God will always be supporting what you do and say. God will give you the strength to say what should be said and do what should be done.
And I guess there's still a part of me that wants to do things my way.
There always will be. God has made you a whole person with a will of your own. He wants your love and obedience, not a puppet.
I do want to be obedient.
Well, then you will. You've certainly learned much in these last few days, and you will learn more.
I hope so, Papa. You know, I wish Mama were here with us.
I know. I often feel that way. But we'll see her in heaven. All of us, you, me, Danny, Grandmama.
We must now pray for Lucian. I know he wants to open his heart, but...
In God's time, Annette. Perhaps when he sees how much you have changed.
Oh, Papa, that is so much to ask.
Not when Christ is leading.
I guess I still have a lot to think about.
But I know you will think carefully and make the right decision. Well, I must go to the village. Would you like to come along?
No, thank you, Papa. I think I should rest today.
Wise, very wise.
Papa,
Yes,
thank you for being you.
I don't understand.
Just that I love you very much.
Oh, my little lady, I love you. Very, very, very much.
That night, Annette lay in bed thinking about what she must do the next day. Not to tell her classmates and schoolmaster Hassel what she had done would only mean they would continue to think Lucian a bad one. She didn't want that. But at the same time, she still feared the consequences of revealing her own shortcoming. She wished she could make up her mind. And then she remembered what her grandmother said about shadows. And she realized that there was no way to get the shadows away except to let the light of the sun shine through. For her, the shadows had been hating Lucian, and she let the light of Christ shine through and chase the shadows of hate away. Now, she would let the light of Christ shine through the shadows of deceitful secrets. Tomorrow morning, she would go to Schoolmaster Hassel and tell him everything that had happened. She would let the light of Christ chase away the rest of the shadows.
There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. We love him because he first loved us.
She knew the special love that now dwelt within her was a love that could help her undo the horrible misdeeds she had done. In the morning, she awoke and quickly dressed and went down to her grandmother. Grandmother was busy getting breakfast ready for everyone and didn't hear Annette come into the kitchen.
Good morning, Grandmama.
Oh, good heavens, child. You frightened me.
I didn't mean to.
You were as quiet as a mouse coming in here. Usually you're singing or yelling for Danny to wake up. Is something wrong?
Oh, no, everything is wonderful.
Oh, I'm so glad. Sit down. Your porridge and milk are ready. I was just about to call you.
Where's Danny?
He is with your father in the barn.
Grandmama.
Would you please sit down?
Yes, Grandmama.
Now, say grace to yourself and eat your breakfast. Porridge doesn't stay warm very long.
Yes, Grandmama. Grandmama?
Did you say grace?
Sorry. There, Grandmama.
Danny's are much longer.
What are?
His prayers.
Oh, Grandmama.
I was just teasing, dear. God loves the short prayers as much as the long ones.
Now, can I ask my question?
Certainly.
I want to go into the village today.
That doesn't sound like a question.
I mean, may I go into the village today?
Whatever for?
I want to see Schoolmaster Hassel.
Oh, he knows you hurt your ankle, and he said he'll see your lessons later. Lucian saw Schoolmaster Hassel yesterday afternoon, and that's the message he gave.
It's not about lessons.
Annette, I think it's best if you rest your ankle today. You badly sprained it.
I'm walking all right.
There's a difficult walk down to the village, and the snow is still very thick.
Well, everyone is up now. Good morning, Annette.
Good morning, Papa.
Where is Danny?
He's out with Klaus, watching her and the kittens. Danny will make a very good father.
Annette, eat your breakfast.
I'm not hungry.
Oh, now you're not going to pout. You are much too old to pout.
Why aren't I old enough to go into the village today?
Because you're injured, Annette. That was a nasty fall you took, and this brain is bad.
Why do you want to go into town?
I want to see Schoolmaster Hassel.
Oh?
What does that "oh" mean? Do you know something I don't know?
I want to tell him, Papa,
Tell him what?
that it was my fault Lucian did not enter anything into the school competition.
Now I understand.
It's important that I tell him,
Indeed it is.
and I can't wait.
Well, I am planning to take the cheeses down to the train. Annette could ride along. I could let her off at the school and pick her up on my way back.
Oh, would you, Papa? Would you?
Just so long as she doesn't have to walk very much.
I promise I won't.
Well, then I think it'll be all right.
Oh, thank you, Papa.
I'm happy you want to talk with him, Annette.
I'm scared, Papa.
I know, but perfect love.
Casteth out fear.
You two must have had a very long conversation last night.
And productive.
However, the young lady will not go
If what, Grandmama?
if she doesn't finish her breakfast.
I'll be leaving as soon as I bundle the cheeses.
I'll hurry and eat.
Well, I'm glad to see you've got your appetite back.
Oh, Grandmama, I never lost it.
Breakfast finished, Monsieur Benet bundled Annette onto the cart and began the journey to the village. Sitting beside her father, Annette felt the small package she was holding. In it were the animals Lucian had so carefully and beautifully carved for Danny. The same animals Annette had so brutally thrown into the woodpile. But now she was carrying them to Schoolmaster Hassel as evidence of Lucian's handiwork and to tell him of her misdeeds. Suddenly, she didn't feel quite so happy. A sad feeling seemed to overtake her.
You've stopped smiling.
I know.
Are you getting more worried the closer we get to the village?
I guess I am.
That's natural.
I know, but it still doesn't feel very good. I kept saying to myself that I had to speak with Schoolmaster Hassel today, because tomorrow perhaps I wouldn't be as brave.
I know it seems one doesn't have to remind oneself, but Jesus will give you strength, Annette. You just have to ask him.
I know, but I keep thinking how disappointed Schoolmaster Hassel will be with me.
Don't you think he would be more disappointed if he found out you wanted to hide something from him, even though you knew it was wrong? Especially now that you are a true child of God.
I know all that, Papa, and I know that when you let me off at school, I will go to tell Schoolmaster Hassel everything. But right now, I am a little scared.
I understand. And I want you to know how proud I am of your determination. And I know if your mother were alive today, she would be proud.
I wonder if Schoolmaster Hassel can make him a special reward.
I am sure once he knows the truth, he will think of something.
His work is beautiful, isn't it, Papa?
You mean Lucian's?
Yes.
More than beautiful. He has a special gift. God's special gift. I've never seen such handiwork in a boy so young.
Oh, I do hope Schoolmaster Hassel will give him a special prize.
That may be up to you.
What do you mean?
Knowing Schoolmaster Hassel, it just may be up to you.
The cart moved on, and Monsieur Benet and Annette sat quietly side by side, lost in their own thoughts. Soon the White House came into sight. Monsieur Benet stopped the cart and helped his daughter down. The mule lurched on, and Annette, with her heart beating very fast, walked up the path and stood for a long time without daring to knock. she suddenly became frightened. More frightened than she had been driving with her father to the village. She couldn't imagine what she would say to the master. What if he was very, very angry with her? He might be. He might think 100 things. But there was no way to find out until she saw him face to face. A moment passed, and she made the decision to run in the other direction, but something kept her standing. Her hand touched the door knocker and seemed to freeze, unable to lift the molded head of the bear that formed the door knocker. Just as Anette was about to try again, the door opened, and Schoolmaster Hassel stood in his morning coat, holding a steaming cup of tea.
Annette, I thought you were ill. Come in.
Good morning, Schoolmaster Hassel.
You did not walk down the mountain?
Oh, no. Father's delivering cheese at the train station.
Oh, you have been hurt. Here, let me carry you to the chair by the fire.
Oh, I can walk. Papa let me off at the bottom of the path. It isn't that bad, Schoolmaster Hassel. Grandmama wrapped it carefully.
Can I get you some tea?
I would like that.
Fine. I will be right back. Sit down.
Annette went into the parlor. The fire was blazing, and the warmth made her feel secure in what she was about to do. She hugged the small package where the carved animals waited. Schoolmaster Hassel was busy in the kitchen making Annette a hot cup of tea. And silently she asked Christ to calm her fears and give her the words to tell Schoolmaster Hassel. But when he came back with her tea, Annette was ready to share her thoughts.
The tea, it is nice and thick with honey.
It's so good.
I was planning to visit with you this afternoon. Lucian told me of your accident.
If it weren't for Lucian, I might not be alive.
Well, he did not tell me that.
What did he say?
That you had sprained your ankle and that you would not be in class.
You mean he didn't tell you how he rescued me?
Rescued you? No, indeed.
Oh, Schoolmaster Hassel, so much has happened.
Well, now, we have the hot tea and a warm fire. Perfect for a story. That package, that would not be fresh gingerbread from your grandmama?
No, Schoolmaster Hassel. It's part of the story. Grandmama is making gingerbread today, if you'd like.
Visit with all of you and some gingerbread. That would be fine.
You might not want to visit after you've heard my story.
Oh, silly child. What makes you say that? No, do not answer that. Just tell me the story.
And so Annette shared with Schoolmaster Hassel her story of Danny's lost kitten, her accident, and Lucian's rescue. He listened intently, and when she told him of her decision to ask the Lord Jesus into her heart, his face beamed, and she knew that he too had been praying for her these many years. After all was told, she untied the package and carefully arranged the carved animals on the rug before the fireplace. The ark stood in the middle with all the animals standing around it. What a beautiful picture it made. And Schoolmaster Hassel lovingly picked up each carving and respectfully admired the craftsmanship.
I take it these have to do with your story.
Yes.
A beautiful part of the story, no doubt. However, I would venture to say that your birth into the kingdom of God is the most beautiful part of your story.
It's because I'm a Christian that the other part of the story has to be told, Schoolmaster Hassel.
Oh?
You see, this is very hard for me to...
Oh, take your time, child. From all you've said, your heart is filled to overflowing.
Schoolmaster Hassel,
Oui?
Lucian made them. Aren't they good?
Lucian?
He made them for Danny months ago.
Oh, I wonder why he did not enter anything into the school competition.
He was going to, but I... Oh, Schoolmaster Hassel, I was so bad.
There, my dear. God has forgiven you your sins, and so must you.
I know, but it was wrong. So wrong.
Did you hide his web?
I broke it.
Oh.
He had carved a beautiful a horse, the most beautiful horse I'd ever seen. It looked as if it were racing in the wind. I saw it. No one was there to see me, so I pushed it off the table and tramped on it. No one knew. No one.
Except the Lord.
Yes.
And now that Christ has entered into your life,
I had to tell you. Are you ashamed of me?
oh, child.
I know it was wrong, but I was so angry about Danny.
I am so pleased, so joyful.
I was so afraid you would be angry.
How could I be angry?
Because of me, the prize went to the wrong person.
Well, that is true.
Lucian should get the prize.
But I have no other prize. There were only two. One was given to Pierre and one to you.
Then Lucian should have the one that was given to Pierre. It was for the best boy, and Lucian's was much better than Pierre's.
Oh, no, we could not do that. After all, Pierre won quite fairly. We could not take his prize.
Then what shall we do?
There is one thing we could do.
What's that?
Actually, it's one thing you can do.
I'll do anything, Schoolmaster Hassel. Anything.
Are you sure?
Of course I am. Tell me what I can do.
Well, if you really want him to have a prize, you can give him yours. It was your fault that he lost it, was it not?
Yes. All right, Schoolmaster Hassel. Of course I can give it to him.
Good. You shall bring it to me when school begins, and I will present it to him in class. And the children shall see his carvings. Oh, I wonder who that could be.
It's probably Papa.
Oh, that is right. He said he would pick you up.
I'll open the door if you like.
Fine. And I will make some tea. I know he would like something warm before the journey.
Schoolmaster Hassel welcomed Monsieur Benet into his home. When Monsieur Benet saw his daughter, he knew by her beaming face that all had been settled. He went to her and gently embraced his loving daughter. How beautiful and gentle she looked, the tears of her forgiveness still wet on her cheeks. When Schoolmaster Hassel returned with his tea, they sat quietly by the fire, watching the sparks fly upward. And beside the fireplace stood the animal carvings of Lucian, a reminder of what had been shared in the last hours.
Oh, the carvings are more beautiful by the firelight.
Ah, indeed.
Danny loves each one of them. He arranges them differently every day.
Next year, when there is a school competition, Lucian will be sure to win.
Actually, he has won.
You mean little Pierre will have to return his prize?
Oh, no, Papa.
Oh, no, indeed.
Then what?
I'm giving Lucian my prize. Tomorrow I will bring it, and Schoolmaster Hassel will present it.
Annette, how wonderful.
And it was Annette's decision.
But Schoolmaster Hassel thought of it. You see, Papa, it was just like you said.
What? What did I say?
When I said I hoped Schoolmaster Hassel would give Lucian a special prize. Do you remember what you said?
Yes. Yes, I remember.
What did you say?
Tell him, Papa.
No, you tell him.
Well, I would like someone to tell me.
Papa said, knowing Schoolmaster Hassel, it just may be up to you. That's what he said, and he was right. Papa's always right.
Oh, Annette.
How happy was the journey of the mountain to home. Schoolmaster Hassel joined them on the bumpy ride. Ever so often, Annette would catch Schoolmaster Hassel watching her out of the corner of his eye, and she knew she had done the right thing by making amends for Lucian. Her heart was happy in the knowledge that following Christ's precepts was, in the end, the only way to true peace and fulfillment in her life and everyone's life around her. Quietly, she bowed her head in prayer and silently asked God to work in Lucian's life so that he, too, would know the joy of Jesus Christ. Treasures of the Snow, written by Patricia M. St. John and freely adapted for radio by Phyllis Fox. This has been a dramatic presentation of the Department of Broadcasting of the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago.